Yo, what is good? It's your boy J Rod, and today we are here on a lovely Friday afternoon. Beautiful weather out. After recording this video, I'm gonna go, probably hoop with the boys, or actually, I think I'm getting a haircut too. I'll have to see how that works out. It's been a long ass time since I got a haircut, man. This shit is a mess, but it's gonna look perfect when it is done, man. I'm gonna have a nice juicy, it doesn't look at all like a flow now, but trust me, when I get the back cleaned up, the sides, you're gonna see a nice juicy little, maybe not like a mullet, but like a nice little flow going on there. But yeah, today we will be going over game 2 of the Boston Celtics versus the Miami Heat. We went over game 1. If you did not watch that video, I will leave a time card somewhere up there, if I'm not too lazy to edit that in. And then actually, before we do that, let's go over game 1 with the Dallas Mavericks and Golden State Warriors. I didn't really go over that one last video. There's not really too much to say about it, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Pretty much, the Warriors just looks amazing, dude. I didn't get to watch the first quarter, but I saw the second, third, and then I stopped after a while because it was getting into a blowout. Andrew Wiggins is filthy. We're going to start by saying that his defense was just unreal. His defense was unreal. It's just crazy how much Andrew Wiggins has been able to improve his defensive game within the matter of just like a season or two. He went from a player that used to be, not really a great defender for the Minnesota Timberwolves. You could always see a little bit of promise there because of his size and length, but he never really seemed too committed. And then ever since he got traded to the Golden State Warriors, he's just been absolutely brilliant on the defensive end. And the whole team just played great. I mean, Kevon Looney's doing all the dirty work. He's actually turned into a jack-of-all-trades type center. Maybe not from like an offensive standpoint, but like he does have a pretty good playmaking ability, which is underrated. We all know that he's really good at setting those screens. He can get up for offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. He's become better at protecting the paint. So Kevon Looney's I used to think Kevon Looney was so trash, and I don't know why the Warriors kept him around for so long, but I guess when you're just put into a Warrior system for so long, you could just turn from a trash player to an actually pretty capable good center. Because no disrespect to Kevon Looney, because I believe if he was on any other team, I don't know how much PT he'd be getting, because 28 minutes, it's wild. But I mean, they're making the 28 minutes work for him. Draymond, great game as usual. Well, maybe not as usual, but a really good game from him. Steph Curry, 21 points, 12 rebounds, even 2 of them being offensive rebounds. I mean, this team rebounds so well, too. For a team that plays, practically pretty small, they do have a lot of times where Kevon Looney's not on the court. For a team that plays so small, everyone on this team can rebound. I know Jordan Poole only had 1 rebound today, but you could even see that Jordan Poole is starting to become a guy who turns into a great rebounder. Steph Curry's always been known as a good rebounding guard. Klay Thompson could get boards. Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green. I mean, their team rebounding is just so perfect. I mean, defensive rebounds 44 compared to 26. Although a lot of those had to do with the Mavs just missing a lot more shots than the Warriors, so obviously the Warriors are going to pick up on more defensive rebounds. They just really are a great rebounding team. And then the Mavs, don't really have too much to say about the Mavs. I mean, the Warriors were just playing terrific on defense, and the Mavs are one of those teams where if the shots don't fall, they're probably not going to win the game. They're heavily reliant on their three-point shooters. Reggie Bullock couldn't really hit them tonight. I mean, a lot of them were pretty contested. It was hard to find a lot of open looks. Dorian Finney-Smith couldn't really find ways to get open. Jalen Brunson couldn't hit his shots. Luka Doncic wasn't really making them. So it was just a rough night from the three from the Dallas Mavericks. But if the Dallas Mavs hit all their 3 points for game 2, we could see a blowout game for the Mavs, because we saw in that series against the Phoenix Suns that the Mavs, I think their point margin of the games that they won were it was 17 or 20. I mean, the games they would win, they would blow them out. So the Mavs are going to be that team. If they get blown out one game, don't let that sort of derail you from picking them from the next, because the Mavs could come out game 2 and easily just win their next game by 20 or 30. Because I honestly don't think there's going to be a lot of close games in this series. I think it'll go to like 6, maybe 7, but I think it's going to be in a lot of games where the scores are pretty far separated. All right, so yeah, we had the Miami Heat against the Boston Celtics. First off, having Marcus Smart and Al Horford back was a huge game changer. I honestly didn't think Al Horford was going to be back for game 2. I thought it was going to be game 3, but he was back. And although the box score doesn't say Al Horford did a lot, he was a huge part of being able to break down that zone defense. The Miami Heat started off pretty hot in the beginning of that first quarter. With the zone defense, it was kind of throwing the Celtics off, and then they were able to adjust. Marcus Smart did an excellent job of breaking it down and just, breaking down the defense and finding the right pass. I mean, he had 12 assists. Honestly, could have been more if guys hit their shots from the 3. Even though he shot 50% from 3, we could have shot even better because Marcus Smart was just having the most perfect reads. Grant Williams did his job coming off the bench. It's crazy how Grant Williams is actually turning into a good scorer. Like, you're at the point where you can rely on Grant Williams to probably get you more than 10 points, which is something that I would have never thought. I thought he was always going to be like a PJ Tucker type player that would go out there, maybe get you a couple corner threes and play really good defense, but he's looking really good in his early career when it comes to the offensive side. Peyton Pritchard once again bringing out that energy that we needed off the bench. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown putting in their work, and Marcus Smart. I mean, anytime we get a big game from Marcus Smart, it's always good signs for the Celtics. Anytime Marcus Smart gets a big game, we're probably going to win. So we'll be coming back for game 3. We are now at home, which is pretty big to split the series with, our first 2 away games. So now going over to the Miami Heat. I'm not going to lie, Jimmy Butler was really the only person who showed out for the Miami Heat when it came to the offensive side of the ball. Gabe Vincent was getting pretty hot early in the game, but I felt like he started to slow down later on. Max Strus couldn't really find his footing. Max Strus is a guy he's either going to get you hot or cold nights. It was good to see Duncan Robinson finally get some minutes. I mean, by the time he was in there, they were already starting to get blown out by like 20 or 30. So it was still, cool to see him out there. He put in some work. Obviously, he couldn't hit the 3, but, he got rebounds. He had some assists, a steal, and even a block in there. I didn't even notice that. He had a block as well. That's okay, Duncan, trying to improve that defensive game to get him inside that lineup. He was just full committed to the defensive side. He didn't even give a fuck about offense, really. He just wanted to prove to Eric Spoelstra, man, I can play defense. I'm not a traffic cone, as Pat Bev would say. But yeah, like I said, don't have too much to say here for the Heat. Celtics just improved their game massively on both sides of the field or court. So there's my review. I'll go into my game 2 and 3 predictions. Let's do that since the video is still pretty short here. Also, I had a video that I wanted to upload yesterday. It was what was the video? Oh yeah, it had to do with the NBA draft lottery and my predictions of the picks. But for some reason, every time I try to upload the video, it says it has an error, which makes absolutely no sense. So I was kind of pissed off about that because in my last video right here, I said I was going to have a double upload for you guys, and then I didn't do it, and then I felt bad. So I apologize about that. I don't know why I said error. But yeah, we'll do the next game prediction. So game 2. I mean, remember, the Phoenix Suns went up 2-0 and then lost that series from the Dallas Mavericks. I have the Golden State Warriors taking game 2. I do think it will be a closer game, but I think by the time the fourth quarter hits, the Warriors are just going to start lighting it up, and then they're going to win the game. That's my prediction there for game 2, and that would make the Warriors go up 2-0. I don't know why this camera keeps fucking up, but we're almost at the end of the video anyways. And then we had the Miami Heat against the Boston Celtics for game 3. And Boston's first game at home, I'm going to go with Boston. I don't think they put themselves in a position where they go down 2-1 again like they did against the Bucks. I think they realize that Game 3 is going to be a huge game for them to win, because you never want to go down 2-1 in a series, because then if you go down 3-1, you're practically fucked. So I think this is going to be a big game for the Celtics here. Back at home, a lot of energy. Marcus Smart and Al Horford are feeling good. Give me the Boston Celtics. I'm interested to see what the Miami Heat do on the defensive side. If they're going to stick with zone or maybe switch in and out of zone or maybe not do zone at all. It'll be interesting to see. But that was the video. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed. Turn on those post notifications so you do not miss any playoff updates and other future videos. And subscribe to the channel. Peace!